talking, and so Sharea was making an awesome point towards the close of the last one about how if you wanting to get married and children, if that's what you desire. Right?
Exactly. And even knowing, like, so I think that becomes the major part. What do you desire? Mm-hmm. But also we were saying, how do you date yourself and it not be boring, right? Because, like, a lot of people do the whole cliche thing where it's like, oh, I love myself and I'm having a good time with me. And it's awesome being single. And I'm all for that. I don't have any problem with that because I felt that way when I was single. But part of what I was doing was being intentional with taking care of myself, being in love with myself. Like, still to this day, I take myself to the movies. Like, I love going to the movies. My husband loves going to the movies. We love doing it together. But part of when I was single and really started to, like, kind of find my own way, going to the movies, it seems so silly, but it was something that I was like, man, I didn't realize I actually liked this experience even when I'm by myself. Like, being able to find the things that are yours, independent of your partner, and bringing them into, hopefully, the relationship you want versus just waiting on your relationship for you to do them.
Yeah, because I think having that solid foundation of knowing, one, being able to gratify yourself, right? Mm-hmm. Not depending on someone else for your happiness. I think that definitely sets a solid foundation for when you go into a relationship and you don't have these unrealistic expectations on your partner, for it. So even with, again, spending this time, get to know me and just doing what I want to do. It's not like I'm just out here just erratically just doing things. It's still intentional with knowing that this is still leading to something. So yes, I'm enjoying my singleness. Yes, I'm trying to accomplish goals that I have, but knowing that at some point this accomplishment, this action, this living out life by myself is going to intersect with my husband.
Mm-hmm. Because it's also, those things are going, like, so the best thing about loving someone else is having the ability to see how they love themselves. To me, one of the best things, not the best, but one of the best things is because they need to be able to take care of themselves independent of me, which means that you have to have your own things that you're into, own friends, your own setup, your own life that you're bringing me into for me to be happy, because I don't want to make it where I'm the only thing that makes you happy in life. Because the sad part about that, and it's just this in general, so forget about even with friendships when people do this, is really you're starting to give somebody else the responsibility of making you happy. And although your marriage and your relationship should be something that makes you happy, it should not be it should be not the primary source of your happiness. And so being able to identify those things while dating and single, to me, was one of the best parts of being single.
No, I totally agree, because there was a relationship where I was that person, where it's just like, you need to spend all your time with me. Like, you need to make sure that you're doing what makes, like I said, you make me happy. Like, okay, so if I want to go out, let's go out. If I want to spend, just sit in the house and just chill with you, I need to be your priority. I now become your number, and we weren't married. We were in a committed relationship, but I definitely was. And that's because really I was using the time I was spending with him to avoid having to deal with the issues that I wasn't dealing with, my own internal issues. Mm-hmm. And so what happened is that I used him in some ways as a coping mechanism. And of course, I just didn't turn out well, for it. And so now having that experience where it's just like, I'm not going to put my happiness in someone else, especially because it backfired in so many ways. One, it was an unrealistic expectation to start off with. And then two, just he, responded in ways that just were not healthy. And
because it's unhealthy itself. Yeah. And it also, puts too much pressure on the other human being.
It does.
Right? So if I'm your source of happiness, then I got to always make you happy. And that in itself is exhausting.
It's like, a lot.
And although I totally hope that I make my husband as happy as he makes me, I absolutely know that he has things that are outside of me that make him happy. Like, he could care less when I'm not around and he reading a good book. Like, and that's okay. Right? Like, and I feel the same way. Like, literally, I went to the movies, took myself out on yesterday, and I was like, I needed a break. I needed a break from everybody else, and so this is my break. I'm gonna go sit here, watch this movie, laugh a little bit. It was actually pretty good. I know it's probably been out for a while when you guys finally see this, but little. So it was actually cute, and it wasn't anything too serious. It was just me going to go enjoy some me time.
Yeah, with it. And so it's just like, it's just important just to make sure you're making yourself a priority. You know, when you just, having unrealistic expectations or having someone be your only source of happiness just isn't good. And then we compound that because, like, the guy I'm talking about, we had other relationship issues already going on. So that just made it so much worse.
We're going to need a third part.
Right. But I won't give y'all all the details.
Identify when it's time to move on.
Yeah, and I had to, and I waited way too long. But what I will say is that now, just with it, is that I'm getting to know me, or I do know me. I'm sure I'll continue to evolve. I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago, and I'm thankful for that.
Amen.
And yeah, I'm enjoying life. And with singleness is not a curse. You don't have to want to be in a relationship like Sharea talked about earlier. You don't have to want children. But if you do, just make sure that you have that solid foundation of love and caring and knowing yourself before you try to go and, get a relationship with someone else.
Like, make you first.
Yes.
And that's probably what we should have started off with. You first. Think about it, because at the end of the day, when all said and done, as Sherry said, and I'm not going to repeat it, it really comes down to making sure that you take care of yourself first, and hopefully it then blossoms into something awesome with someone else.
Yeah, because with the relationship, I see a lot sometimes where people talk about relationships, you complete me, you're my other half, and really it's like, no, you should be my second whole.
Well, I always say, my other whole just did this,
yes.
And I'm like...
Whereas, like, I don't want to come in half of a person. I don't want to come in half knowing what it is that I want or need or what I want to achieve.
Like it's 100-100, not 50-50.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, and sometimes it's not going to be 100-100 because of health and all these other things that come along, or other reasons that, are outside of our controls. But going into it, and the foundation of the partnership should be just that. We are two wholes becoming one, and that equates to a stronger whole.
Absolutely. Because, and we're not saying you'll be perfect going into your relationship. Like you said, like how you'll become a stronger whole means just that partnership will make you better. It will improve you. It will stretch you. And just the love that you'll be able to experience will be amazing. If that's
what you want.
Yes. It is okay.
It's okay not to want these things, ladies. Yes. It's okay to desire to be with yourself and to have a relationship that equates to you being single and living the life that you want. So don't think that we're saying that having to get into or be in a marriage and have children equates to being the best woman. What equates to being the best woman is loving yourself and making the decisions as to what you desire out of life, be it marriage, be it children, be it career, be it traveling, be it a number of things, but you are the one who defines it.
Yeah, don't let society pressure you. Like, I know for me, I feel it people try to make me feel it. Let me correct that. Be in my mid-30s. Oh my goodness, you don't have children. Your eggs are drying up. What are you going to do? And all this extra. And it's just like...
Thank you. Thank you for your concern about my eggs.
Exactly.
Like, how about that? I mean, now I'll get on my soapbox.
No, right.
I need you to get up off my eggs. I need you to get up off my ring on my finger. I need you to get up off my decision making. You don't dictate what type of woman I'm going to be or not be by your standard of what a woman needs to do by a certain point.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sharea gets down from soapbox.
But with it, I'm living life. I can care less, with it. Like, yes, I want to have children and be married. That may happen within a year. It may be 5 years, 10 years, whatever. I mean, hopefully it's not that long. But whatever it takes, at the end of the day, I'm going to still continue to live my life and be happy. And I'm fine with it. I'm not going to let society or people's ideologies make me think that I'm less of a woman or there's something wrong with me or I'm not as successful simply because I don't have a ring on my finger or have children.
Exactly. Because success is definitely not defined by your partnership or your ability to reproduce.
Yeah, because you can get into that.
I'm just saying. There's a lot of people who have partnerships and reproduction that did not quite work out. So neither here nor there. I hope you guys like part 2 of random talks about dating.
Yes, so enjoy.
All right, we don't have anything to promote today. Like, my bad. All right, you guys. Check us out at shareafarmer.org and
SherryWeary.com.
All right, you guys take care and be well.
Bye.